I dropped everything. I packed my backpack and I left my apartment, I left my car, I left my job. Every day this guy would stop by and he would always say hello, and it happened to be the guy's name's Roger Button and he worked at the YMCA. And between him and his wife being persistently cheerful and helpful all the time, they talked me into, taking this avenue and finally straightening things out and getting on the right path and, getting back into the, being alive and being happy and being fulfilled and all that stuff again. Having the Y take an interest in me, it's made me feel alive again. It means a lot, and it's, now that I'm ready definitely to take that step forward, it's even more important, because it's the only decent shot that I have. I see a future that's not bleak and wet and cold and miserable and not happy, and there's a chance. There's now a chance.
We should back up to the start. Sure. I'm a great dog lover, and I walk my dog 3 times a day. And I had seen Josh numerous times at the exit out here with his sign out, and always with his head in a book. And so I knew of him, but I didn't know him. And one morning, walking the dog, he happened to come out of his camp at the same time we were coming by, and the dog immediately took the ball to him and he threw it. And so I knew where he was going, so we walked and talked together. And I had never talked to him before, and at the end of that first walk, I knew he was somebody special. And I made it a point to get there the same time every morning, hoping to meet him again, and I did frequently, and we walked and talked a lot more. And I had pretty much made up my mind that he wasn't going to spend another winter out in a tent. One morning, a month or so into our walks, he was just exceptionally jubilant. And I said, "Why are you so happy today?" And he said, "I've been going to church at the Y. And yesterday, it was on Monday, so yesterday he said I met with the chaplain, Roger, and told him I wanted to get off the street and wanted to know what he could do to help me. And he told me that there were jobs available here and that he could interview for them, but he said, first we'll have to find a way to get you a haircut and get you some decent clothes and get you cleaned up. Well, that just hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, that's my path. So I went that morning as soon as the bank opened and got some cash and came down and met with Roger in the office, introduced myself because I'd never really met him. I knew who he was, but I'd never met him, and I said, I understand that you're going to work with a homeless guy by the name of Josh and see about getting him off the street. And he said yes. So I gave him the cash and said, let me fund this. I know this guy, I like him, I trust him, and I want to be a part of it.
I've been a lot of places. I've been around a lot of people, like different walks of life, different colors, religions, creeds, etc. And in my 44 years, I don't think I've ever ran into a person I've never experienced somebody who really cared so much about me as a person. It's very touching, it's been a really incredible couple of years for sure.
In 80 years, you make a lot of decisions, and some of them are good and some of them are bad. Your brain sometimes does funny things, but in his particular case, the decision that brought him into my life was made in my heart, not in my brain. And it's been the money I gave you to get this whole thing started is the best money I've ever spent in my life.